Hey friend, didn't think you were gonna see me this soon, huh? I know, but I did say I was gonna be more consistent, and this is me being consistent. Anyway, so in this video, I'm going to show you a face that's gonna last you all day, all night. Now, of course, it all depends on what you're gonna be doing, the humidity, the climate, where you are. But I think this face is gonna give you at least 6 to maybe 10 hour wear. That's not too bad. Okay. Now, if all these steps don't work for you, just tweak them, friend. But for me, it works for me. I think it works for people who have skin like mine. I have oily skin. I have texture skin. I have acne prone skin. A little bit of hyperpigmentation. She's working with a lot, so I need a lot of makeup. Now, if this is too much for you, just light it up. But I tell you this with confidence, friend. You need to put on more makeup. If you want it to last all day, you gotta put on more makeup. 2 dots of foundation, 2 dots of concealer is not gonna last you 10 hours, babe. It's not. Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you got to put the makeup on. But anyways, friend, let me get done with all the yapping and let you watch the video because I think what I have to show and tell you is tea. It's tea information. Love you for watching. Okay, so I know that we typically like to preach about skin prep and how you should moisturize all that. Well, the 2 primers that I'm going to be using, yeah, baby, your face needs to be dry. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some rubbing alcohol and go ahead and clean my face. I know some of y'all are like, Miss Girl, but listen, we want this to last all day. Let me get my mirror. Then I'm telling you, get all the oils off because these primers, they need something to stick to. They need dry skin to stick to. So I don't make the rules. That's what the directions say, okay? Don't shoot the messenger. Okay, so the 2 primers I'm going to be using are both from one size. One is Secure the Sweat, and this one is the Oil Sucker. Both of them need time to dry. So I'm going to start with the oil sucker first. Now, let me tell you something. You don't need a lot of the oil sucker, okay? I made the mistake the first time I used it, and I used way too much. So you need to shake it first, but remember, you need a little bit, okay? A little bit. Because this stuff will have your face frozen in place. And when it dries down, you can't, like, make a bunch of expressions either. You can be like, no, your face has to be completely still. So, let me shake. Okay, so the oil sucker is all that sounds so weird to say, but yes, the oil sucker primer is on. I only put it in this area because that's where I really get sweaty. No, oily. I would have put it here, but that's if I'm really like going out. I'm not going anywhere. But if I were to go out, I would put all in my T-zone. So next one I'm going to apply, you have to rub it in your fingers first, warm it up, and pat it on. This is not something that you put on your fingers and warm it up, pat it on. So I'm gonna put it in the outer perimeter. So this is the secure. This she's already coming out. She's ready, honey. And again, you don't want too much of this. I'm gonna use a little bit more than I used with the oil sucker, but this is a mess. This is a mess. Okay, so I'm using about that much. That much, and warm it up, my fingers, and then I'm going to pat it on. Alright, so for foundation, I'm going to be using the Lumi Matte Foundation, mixing in a little bit of the blue corrector just to get a little bit of the like orangey yellow tone out of it a little bit. I went with the Lumi Matte. Now, typically if I'm going out, I would use a more matte concrete foundation, but because I'm filming and I'm going to be talking a lot and demonstrating what I'm doing, matte foundations, they dry down and they get stuck and I can't do what I need to do, like blending wise. So that's what I'm going with. Lumi Matte is going to give me a little more flexibility with having to put everything else on. That was a whole lot. Anyway, just watch, okay? But yeah, so I am in the color 332. I mean, I'm mixing just a little bit of this because lately I've been liking mixing in a little bit of blue on my foundations. They do make a difference. Now I just gotta get my powders right. That's the only thing. I gotta get my powders right. Yeah. Once I get my powders right, I'm gonna be unstoppable. Okay. And I just mix this in right on my face. I know some people they take it on the back of their hand and mix like a no. That's wasting product. I'm gonna do this right on my face. I'm gonna take a little bit more. You don't want to take too much of your corrector because especially the blue, but it will make you cascade ready, and we don't want that. No, ma'am. Not yet. Obviously, my foundation is not blended out yet because I like to go in and spray some either setting spray or fixing mist. This is the Makeup Revolution Super Fix Super Hold Misting Spray. This, don't be deceived, this is a fixing spray. This is not a setting spray. Right there at the bottom, it says Makeup Fixing Spray. So some people think this is a setting spray. It's not. It's a fixing spray. Spray this on. Okay, so I'm not going to let it dry down completely, but this is a fixing spray, so it's not going to dry down like a setting spray. So I will have some, flexibility with this fixing spray. But if it's a setting spray, like something like this, like the one size, no ma'am. We don't use something like this for this stuff, okay? No, because your face will stay stuck as this, and we don't want that. No, at least not for this stuff, okay? Don't use a setting spray like that. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, so I'm going to be using 2 concealers. One concealer is going to be like to conceal, and the other one is going to highlight. Now, I know this may seem like a lot for like going out or just a lot of layering. Well, yeah, if you want your makeup to last, you got to put on a little more makeup, babe. I don't know what to tell you. 2 dots of foundation, 3 dots of concealer, it's not going to last like you think it is. I'm sorry. And I know for me personally, I try to limit how much I put on, especially my cream products, because I live in a humid climate and I'm sweaty and oily. So trust me, I understand. But I like a lot of makeup. Now, if it's heavy for you, then light it up a bit. But baby, you're going to need to put the makeup on. You want it to last all day, you got to put the makeup on. I don't know what else to tell you. Oh, then put the makeup on, okay? Don't be scared. The first concealer that I'm using is from Urban Decay. It's their Naked Quickie. Stay Naked Quickie. That is a name, honey. That is a name. And I don't like to use the applicator of any of my concealers that come inside of it. I like to use a regular paddle concealer brush. I take it along my nose because that's gonna help me with contouring. I don't put like any brown concealer around my nose before contouring. I just don't like doing that. because I guess I'm not that great at blending it out, so I just do just some concealer. Y'all see what I'll do. But yeah, I just do, I guess, like a reverse contour, girl. I don't know. I don't ever wet any of my sponges, so the sponge that you saw me blend my foundation out with is completely dry, and the one I'm gonna blend out with my concealer, completely dry. That's what I've been doing for years. I don't know. I feel like it absorbs less product when the sponge is dry. I know I could be wrong, but I just don't wet my sponges anymore. I don't feel like it's necessary. Okay, and like I said, for some added brightness, I'm going to use another concealer. This one is from Revlon. It's the Color Stay Flex Wear Full Cover. I'll put all the names and color shade names and all that in the description because I know I'll probably forget to say what I'm using. But again, I'm just going to take some on a separate brush because I don't like the applicators. I don't like to use them. I feel like it's a little unsanitary, but then again, I'm touching the brush with it. Girl, don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. I'm just going to take a little bit because sometimes I take too much. And it's like the whole part is covered, and that's not the point. We just want this area right here to be the brightest. I don't need all this brightness back here. I'm not going to wet my sponge. I'm going to go ahead and blend this out because both of these are very full coverage concealers that like to dry down in place. So you need to go ahead and hurry up and get these blended or they're going to stay stuck. And yeah, good luck with that. Good luck, Charlie. Okay, friends, so once I have my concealers on and blended, I would go on to using like a cream blush and a liquid contour, whatever. However, for me personally, when I know I'm going to be out, I think I mentioned it, I like to use as little cream products as possible. So as far as cream products, that's it for me at this point because I know I like a lot of blush and I like a lot of contour. And again, that's just more. Yes, more can be better. But going out, having all those creams on for me personally, because like I said, I live in a humid climate, I sweat and I have a lot of oil. Less is better when it comes to stuff, this particular step, the blush and the contour. So I'm going to save that for now because I am a powder girl, and powder with plus longevity is going to be your formula to getting your makeup to last all day, all night. So now I'm going to go into my powders. Trust me, it hurts to not put on my underpainting, but this is all the underpainting I'm going to do at this point. It hurts my soul to not put on blush right now. Can you see it? So before I put on powders, I forgot to say I'm going to go in with a setting spray. This is the Maybelline Lasting Fix, and this is an actual setting spray because it says makeup setting spray up to 16-hour wear, matte finish. You want to use setting sprays that are matte finish because that's going to give us a longevity. Now, if you need a little bit of dewiness, I would save that for the very end, like one of the last steps. You can give yourself a little more dew, a little more glow. But in between steps, no ma'am. So I'm going to give myself like a little spray, not too much because you don't need this dripping, but you want it to. And it's not going to make your makeup like just like concrete to your face, but it is going to help it adhere better. I hope that makes sense. It probably doesn't, but just girl, just follow along, okay? So for my under eye powder, I'm going to be using the translucent powder from One Size. It's the ultimate, what is it? The ultimate? Yeah, the ultimate setting powder from One Size. I have it here in the top. I'm going to use this powder puff that I got from Dollar Tree. It's so cute. It's a little hard. I need more of these. Like, they're bigger. Like, I have some other ones, but these are bigger. And what I like to do, I like to press it in the cap. And you see how it's not very even? So I just take my finger and I go along like this and I make it smooth and make sure the powder is completely evenly covering the powder puff. So just do this, and you see it's much better now. It's an even coat because you don't want it to be uneven because then that means you're setting your concealer or whatever uneven. That's not cute, girl. So instead of doing this because like you're wasting powder, I just take my finger and run along it like that. All right, let me get out any creasing, and I'm gonna go ahead and set this. I don't bake. I set and I I need to get a brush, but I set it and then I wipe it away. Ow. Okay, I'm gonna look up. If you feel like you need to bake for this stuff, then you bake. I personally don't feel like I need to bake. I just haven't baked my under eyes in a very long time. Especially if you have a very textured under eye, which I do because I have little creases. I've had them ever since I was a kid. And baking underneath there, girl, it emphasizes it way more. And plus, I have a lot of texture on my skin because I have huge pores and acne scars and all that. So, girl, baking is not my friend, but if it's your friend, girl, you do it. But I'm not baking. We're not baking today. Okay, so for this next step is completely up to you. I like to use an actual compressed foundation powder to set the rest of my foundation. You can use a loose setting powder. You can do what you want to do. You can use a translucent powder, or you can use a loose powder that's close to your skin tone. But this is what I've been doing for 111,000 years. I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me in the color 330 Toffee Caramel. I take it on a big powder brush and I set everywhere, even under my eye. And I know that kind of sounds weird, but trust the process. Okay, trust the process. Okay, so at this step, I know y'all looking at me like, girl, that was a lot of powder. And it was, because we're going out. We need it to last. It needs to last. So we need a lot of powder, but we don't want to look cakey. So I'm going to spray my face now with some fixing spray. Now, you can use this setting spray because I use it for this step as well. And it does the job. I know it's a setting spray, but some setting sprays you can get away with using them like a fixing spray. Now, for something like this, absolutely not. This is a setting spray. This is the last step. Okay, don't do this. Don't use this yet. This one, sure. The other one, the one side, not yet. But I'm going to use the fixing spray from Makeup Revolution to help make me look less cakey and to melt this powder down. And you want to be generous. Okay, don't be stingy. Okay, friend, time for my favorite part: bronzer, contour, and blush. Let me start with bronzer. This one is from ColourPop. It's called Pacific Beach. I'm gonna take a light hand at first because this is very powdery and she's very pigmented. So that's a lot coming from me because I like a lot of makeup and I go heavy handed. So, but we're gonna start off What'd I say? Oh. I am going to take it right here on my temple, and I'm going to begin to work this in my eyelid area. I probably will take a smaller brush and really get up in here, but for right now, I'm just going to take this bigger brush and give it like an instant smoky eye. I love that. All right, I'm gonna come back when all this is done because, girl, we'll be sitting here for at least 20 minutes trying to blend. Well, not 20 minutes, girl. Let me not be that dramatic. Okay, friends, so you could stop at this point. Very cute, but again, I'm dramatic. I need the drama. I'm gonna add a little bit of contour. So this is the L'Oreal Infallible foundation powder. And I'm just gonna take it on a brush like this. I don't know what kind of brush you call this, but yeah, so a brush like this, just a little bit, and I'm gonna run it right here. See how it just instantly deepens that up just a little bit? It's the little details that matter. Okay, it's the details, okay? And I did add a little bit of bronzer to my chin. Forgot to show that, but I mean, it's not that important, but I did add a little bit. For blush, I'm gonna be, yes, orange, of course. Did you think I was gonna use any other color? I mean, I'm trying to be a pink girly, but orange blush has me fun. But anyways, this is from LA Girl. Yeah, LA Girl in Just for Fun. This is my first time using this. So you can see it's freshly open, brand new. LA Girl has some nice cream to powder blushes and powder blushes. Like LA Girl, don't sleep on them with the blushes. If you're a blush girly, ooh, okay, hold on, it's kind of powdery. That's okay, we can work with that. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay, let me act right. Oh, look at that. So off camera, I went ahead and contoured my nose. There's nothing special. I just used the NYX matte bronzer in the color Deep Tan. Been using this the same one for years. I hope they make this because I'm going to be devastated if they don't, because this is the only thing that I use to contour my nose. And then to blend it out to make it look less harsh, I put a little bit of my Fit Me. You're rude. My Fit Me powder on top to blend it out and to make it look, like I said, less harsh. Rude. Okay, so this new thing I've been doing recently with my makeup, I've been going under my eyes with a light pressed powder. So this color is 130 from the Fit Me line from Maybelline, and I take it on a brush like this, and I just run it under this area right here, and then next to my nose to sharpen up my nose contour. It just brightens up this area, and it also helps blend out my blush. Hopefully you can tell on camera like the before and after. Actually, I think you can't. Look how much brighter this area is here than on that side. Crazy, I know. But yeah, oh, look at the difference. Look at this side and this side. Isn't it crazy? That's why I love makeup. I just love what it can do to your face. Okay, since I'm pretty much done with all my powders, I think the last powder that I'm going to use is the highlighter, but I mean, yeah, that could be one of the last steps that I do. I'm going to use this sunscreen setting spray Until Dawn mattifying sunscreen makeup setting spray from One Size. This is my first time using this, and I'm really excited. So, give her a little shimmy shimmy. Okay, I'm kind of scared. Is it like a continuous spray, or is it like a, let me see. Oh, oh, that's very aerosol. Sunscreen. Try this again. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Oh. Okay. Fancy. Okay, what's on? Period. Okay. All right, let me do some little odds and ends, and now we're back to really lock her in place with the big mama jamma. I'm kind of scared because this is my first time using this, but okay. So at this point, I would do eyeliner in my waterline, but I don't know if you can see, my eye has been watering, and putting something in my waterline right now would not be a smart decision. I don't know why, because the past looks that I've done quite a few. Eyes have been fine, but when I go to film for today, my eye wants to do this. Anyways, so for mascara, I'm going to use the Urban Decay Tube Job. Shout out to Urban Decay for sending this to me. I love the colorway. It's so pretty, black and like a periwinkle purple. I absolutely love it. Supposedly this is the way to go for longevity with mascara. I'm not too like well versed on tubing mascara. I just use regular mascara from the drugstore or whatever is being sent to me. So the girlies that like the tube mascara, cool. I don't really know nothing about it, but I'm gonna use it because I got it. But they say for a night out, or you just want to wear mascara for a long time and you don't want it to flake, tubing mascara is the better decision. Because it's me, I obviously have to add sparkle. So I'm going to use Space Cowboy eyeshadow from Urban Decay. This is the Space Cowboy eyeshadow palette, but that is Space Cowboy. It is such a beautiful silvery champagne color. The sparkles in it are to die for. I'm going to add some to the inner corner. And you really don't, for like a more scattered look, like the glitter isn't so like concentrated. Does that make sense? I just put it on as is. I don't put on a base first and then put this on. But yeah, you can see it. What can you see? You can see it's a little bit right now. You can see a little bit. But yeah, for like a scattered effect, I just go in with just the brush. And then, oh, look at that. I love this for a highlighter. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look. Urban Decay. I don't know what you put in this, but keep making it. So before I put my lashes on and do lips, I'm going to go ahead and finally set my face for the last time. I'm going to use the One Size Until Dawn mattifying waterproof setting spray, and literally it has the seal on it. This is my first time using this. Thank you. Shout out to One Size for sending this to me. I've had this for so long. I've been saving it for a video like this or just to wear out, but I'm finally taking it off. I'm going to use it. Ooh. I'll hit my elbow. But this is what she looks like. Okay, I've seen some people say you gotta hold your breath, so here we go. I'm a little scared. Okay, hold my breath. I see. Oh yeah, I see why they say hold your breath. Okay, I'm gonna do one more round. I look good. Okay, that wasn't that bad. I was expecting to get all choked up, but I need to get the lighting right. Okay, but you know, I look fine. Okay, that's why you should trust Patrick. Trust One Size. Okay, because Patrick knows his stuff. Hey, Patrick. Lashes, they are from I Envy. They're the Luxury Mink 3D in the color, in the style 05. So I love the black and gold packaging lashes from I Envy. I think it's 09 or 19, and my favorite ones are 21s from I Envy. So yeah, if you see me with some lashes, it's either the gold packaging, the gold and black packaging from I Envy, or the red ones. Absolutely love I Envy lashes. Yes, friend, now it's time for lips. One of my favorite parts. I don't want to overcomplicate things with the lip combo because if you're wearing this for a long time, you're probably going to an event, you're gonna be talking, maybe drinking something, eating, and you're gonna eventually reapply. Girl, I'm not trying to reapply 2, 3, 10 different lip products. I kept it very simple. Just one lip liner that dries down, but it's super opaque, and then a very glossy, high shine, very pigmented lip gloss. So the lip liner is from Maybelline. It's their lifter liner. I really like these. They are very pigmented, and they stay put. Love this color. And of course it breaks. Be right back. The lip gloss is from Nika K, New York. It's their High Shine HD lip color in the color Mocha. I absolutely love it. Shout out to Nika K, New York, for sending this to me. I've never had a lip gloss like this. Something that's really opaque. I don't think I've ever had something like this, but this color is so pretty. Like, look at that. Oh, such a pretty color. But look how opaque it goes on. That's one swipe. Are you kidding me? Okay, friend, that does it for this video. I hope my tips and tricks and little hacks help. I want to do a more detailed tutorial, like why I do what I do for my face. This was just showing you the things that I like to use, the makeup products I like to use for an all-day face. And trust me, this face, she's not going anywhere, okay? I promise you. She's battle ready, okay? But look at the face. Oh, sorry if you hear my chair. But look, oh, this face is gorgeous, if I do say so myself. And I do say so myself. She's gorgeous. Anyways, friend, let me know what you think of the look. I already know what you think. I look gorgeous. Anyways, friend, love you. Follow me on my other socials, TikTok and Instagram, because I'm cute over there too. Thank you for watching. Love you.